All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the video. I appreciate you guys for clicking on this video. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. In this video, we're going to be talking about Solana. We're going to be looking at the charts, mostly the higher time frames, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on where Solana is possibly going to be going within the next 6 months to a year, you guys. So let's get straight into this video. But before we do, quick government risk disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. The information that you hear in this video is not financial advice. It is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only, to not only show you guys how I use technical analysis, but to show you guys how I use technical analysis to get really good entries in the crypto markets, you guys. So let's get straight into this video. All right, so we have our Solana chart put up right here, you guys. And the first thing I want to do is jump right into the 6-month time frame, because you guys know that's the time frame we're going to be looking at. And we're going to be looking at mostly like the 6-month, the 1 month. We may drop down to like the weekly time frame at its lowest. All right, now when it comes to Solana, you guys, and you guys are pretty much going to see me do this in every chart that we do, right? So if you guys don't know how to use Wix, I do have videos on how I use Wix to day trade, but you can also use Wix for investing, right? You can also use Wix just for reading price action. So right here we have this swing high right here, right? Now I'm not going to keep this boxed up, but I'm going to mark this out right now, because as you guys can see, we haven't closed a body on a 6-month time frame, haven't closed even at the midpoint of this 6-month wick right here, right? And then you guys can see that we had another wick that I marked out on the 1-month chart right here, right? And then we haven't had a wick close on a 1-month wick either. So with that being said, I do believe that Solana is going to come back down here and take out some of this liquidity to the lower side. I've been pretty much talking about this all the way when Solana was all the way up here in the 200s and the 300s. And people were saying, no, Solana is just going to keep going. It's going to keep going and going and going. No, it's not going to keep going and going, right? It's eventually going to make a pullback. So if we drop down into the 1-month time frame, right? If we drop down into the 1 month, you guys see this is the wick that I had measured out right here. We just hit the lower quadrant of that wick, haven't even hit the midpoint just yet, right? And maybe price do want to come back and hit the midpoint and give you guys a chance to get out of the trade. If that was to happen, if it was me, I would probably get out if we ever got back to this midpoint right here in the 260s before we come down here to sweep this levels on the downside, right? So like this little bit of liquidity right here, I am going to be looking for that to get taken out with Solana. So that's going to be looking like some liquidity right there. Then if we drop down to the 1 minute time frame, I mean not the 1 minute, sorry, the 1 week time frame, it's not as clean. So that's why I like to stay on the higher time frames, because you know on the 1 month time frame, you guys can see we have an order block right here that price had hit off the first time when price came down here, right? We hit that order block right there, and then we continue to bounce up. Now price is breaking through this order block, right? This order block should have been able to hold if price was going to continue to go to the upside. Now this green box on my chart is probably from the daily time frame, but I should have marked it out. I don't have it marked out, so I don't even know which time frame it's from. But whatever it was from, price has broken down below it, came back, hit the midpoint, and now we're continuing to sell off, right? So it's looking like Solana is in the middle of sweeping out a lot of liquidity, you guys. So does that mean that, you know, you just get out of Solana forever? I mean, it all depends on what price you was in at. Like if I was in down here and it's pulling back against me, I'm probably going to lock in something before it comes all the way back to, you know, back below $99, right? And I do believe it's coming back below $99. Solana is a project that I may look to get into, but I really just have to focus on these higher time frames and see how low can we go. Because that's the thing about crypto, you guys. Sometimes it goes all the way up here, like Solana did. It went all the way to $290. And you're starting to think that there's no way it could come back below $99. Well, if you're thinking that, then you're wrong, right? Crypto is completely different from things like blue chip stocks, right? So, for example, like Nvidia, you guys see Nvidia just been running, haven't really had much of a pullback. Crypto is not like that, right? Crypto have many pullbacks, and the pullbacks are significant, right? We're talking about 70, 80, 90% type pullbacks. So, with that being said, when you're trading crypto, and you're getting in these trades, never be afraid to lock in profits. Like you guys know, I'm inside of Zcash right now. We're going to take about 1/3 of that position off the table at the highs where it's at now. And then if Zcash continues to run, we'll just be having 2/3 of our position left in Zcash. So if it continues to run higher, then we're going to capitalize. But the reason why we're not holding on to Zcash forever and ever and ever is because crypto tends to have really big pullbacks, right? And sometimes people get way too excited when it comes to crypto and they treat it like it's 2021. They treat it like it's 2017. But in this new crypto market, you have to learn how to take profits, you guys. So that's pretty much the technical analysis on Solana. Nothing really too fancy. We do have on a 2-month chart, we have this 2-month breakaway gap that I do believe the price is going to want to pull back into before we see another significant bounce, you guys. But before we get out of this video, always remember, you guys, the main thing I'm looking at is a 6-month time frame, right? I don't think any cryptos, right, that have these big 6-month wicks, I don't think none of them are going to be bullish until we can get, some bodies closing over these 6-month swing highs, right? So we need some bodies closing over the 6-month swing highs, like I talked to you guys about in the XRP video, right? If you guys go watch that XRP video, you will see what I'm talking about, and that is why I think XRP is getting ready to be one of like the altcoins. Like if we do have an altcoin season, I do just based on the chart, I think XRP is going to be one of the coins that starts to fly off the shelves, right? Or just keep flying up in price. So that's going to be the video, you guys. Make sure y'all drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this technical analysis. Are you guys bullish on Solana? Are you guys bearish on Solana? Drop a comment down below. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also, you guys, don't ever forget that the best way to support the channel is to use code KRACKEN. If you guys are going to go out there and buy any forex prop firms like FTMO, E8 Markets, Funder Pro, or Alpha Capital, make sure to use my link to sign up, and also make sure you use my code KRACKEN. That is going to be one of the best ways to support the channel, you guys. And like I said, subscribe, because we're going to be doing crypto updates every week, every month. We're going to be doing crypto updates, you guys. And for me, I feel like crypto is one of the easiest things to trade if you're not trying to day trade it. If you're just swinging trading it like me, right? So one of my plans is to save a lot of money, right? I'm going to put that money into USDC. And then as I'm watching these charts, I'm going to start to set buy limits, right? I'm going to start to set buy limits all the way down here where price is at now. So by that way, when price finally decides to get to these low prices, I can have, $500 or maybe even $1,000 waiting to be bought all the way down here. And then when the price wicks away from these lower levels, right? When the price fastly moves away, I'm just going to be in there, and then it's going to make, sitting down waiting for that 10x, right? Maybe you're going for 20x, 30x. It's going to make that a lot easier to do, you guys. So if you guys want to follow my plan, subscribe to the channel, because I do think I'm going to help a lot of people out. But obviously, you guys, I am not a financial advisor. So whatever you do, make sure you do it. It's because you chose to do it, right? And not because I told you to do it. So that's the video, you guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Until the next time, I wish you guys well. Peace out.